Hello everybody, this is Tim here again, here with another episode of BoomStick Critique. Back here with On Her Majesty's Secret Service, the next James Bond film in the franchise, not starring Sean Connery, and boy did I miss him in this film. This is George Lazenby, or Lazenby, I'm not sure how you pronounce his name, only appearance as Bond in the franchise. As far as he goes as Bond, I actually hated him as Bond. I couldn't stand him, and at times it seemed like he was trying to mimic Sean Connery. I really couldn't stand him as Bond, but I will admit I actually did warm up to him and had a lot of fun with him in the movie, a whole lot of fun, when he actually went undercover as another person in the film, and he just played it up for comedy, and I thought he was hilarious at that point in the film. He was trying to find Blofeld, and he went undercover and pretended to be somebody he wasn't. I thought that was hilarious, and just the way he plays up the comedy, he like infiltrates Blofeld's castle or whatever, where Blofeld has all these women who he's trying to brainwash to carry out his evil deeds. But George Lazenby was really funny here with his comedy. He was hilarious. And of course, all the women act like they haven't seen a man like 5,000 years. And so automatically when Bond shows up, they all want to have sex with him, which I thought was epically hilarious. Completely fantastical, of course, but epically hilarious. And of course, all these women are absolutely hot because they're all women from the 60s. And women from the 60s look incredibly hot. But yeah, back to the film. We got Blofeld back as the villain. Now, this Blofeld is nothing like the Donald Pleasance Blofeld. He's totally different. It didn't even seem like Blofeld at all. This character, I mean, was more hands-on. He wasn't like giving orders and sitting back and telling everybody what to do like a mastermind. He was more hands-on. He was more like somebody that would be working for Blofeld than actual Blofeld. I think the guy actually did a good job, though. He just didn't feel like Blofeld at all. I actually thought he was entertaining, though. I like this actor as a bad guy, but he didn't seem anything like Blofeld. So pretty much this movie is known for the movie where James Bond gets married to Tracy Bond, or who will become Tracy Bond. I didn't really buy the romance, and once again, this film is dated. It's social politics from back in the 60s and about women's rights and everything, and is totally off. Basically, Tracy's dad in the film wants Bond to marry her because he wants a man to dominate her and keep her in check. That she'll be better off like that. And once again, I know it's when these movies came out, the times they came out, they're not very, these Bond films are not very progressive when it comes to the rights of women and anyone else really, besides men. But anyway, I can let that go because it's when the movie came out. But of course, her and Bond get married by the end of the movie. I don't really buy them falling in love, or Bond falling in love for that matter. But I will say that I think their scenes together are kind of sweet, and they have some sweet scenes together, and I think they actually play off each other rather well. But anytime George Lazenby tries to be Bond, whenever he's pretending to be somebody else or doing something else, he's fine. But when he tries to be Bond, I think he's horrible. I actually do. I think he's horrible. By the end of the film, Bond and Tracy are married, and of course this movie's known for its ending where Tracy gets assassinated by Blofeld. It would have came as a surprise to me, but I saw it coming from a mile away because they drop hints at it over and over where, of course, she's going to be like, we have all the time in the world. And, of course, 5 seconds later in a movie when somebody says that, they're going to die painfully. So, of course, she dies painfully. But I did really like, though, how brutal she gets killed. She gets shot, like, right in the friggin' head. I thought that was really brutal, and I give the movie points for that. But George Lazenby's like reaction with his acting, where he's trying to act depressed and sad about it, I don't completely buy it. And then the movie like zooms in, or where the bullet hole is like through the windshield of where it went through her head, and that would have been a neat, kind of a cool way to end the movie on that last shot. But at the same time, I can't award it an extra point for that because I don't buy George Lazenby's acting in the film as when he's depressed about her death. So all in all, I still think this is a good film though, and once again, George Lazenby at least makes me laugh my ass off as Bond. And it has some cool action scenes, like a scene where they're skiing down a hill. That's kind of cool, where they're shooting at Bond and everything while they're skiing. That's kind of cool. But all in all, it's a good film, but I definitely wish it was Sean Connery in the film. So I'll see you guys again with the next Bond film.